Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today, we are going to be covering unemployment benefits and your options. As always, I have included my name, my title, and which city I am recording this from. I'm here in Boston. Feel free to reach out to me or your local Back on My Feet program staffer if you have any questions. Just a heads up, some of this information is specific to Massachusetts-oriented policies. If you are listening to this, if you're watching this in a different city, then please keep that in mind and reach out to again your Back on My Feet staffer if you have any questions. Okay, so where do we start? Unemployment benefits. So on Friday, March 27th, 2020, the president signed the CARES Act into law. I'm sure you've been reading the news, but the CARES Act does a number of things, gives loans out to small businesses, gives folks stimulus checks, bails out a few banks. But today we're going to talk about its expanded unemployment benefits. So the law allows the federal government to supplement states' existing policies and increase the capacity for unemployment, specifically the amount of weeks one is covered, who is eligible, and the amount of money one can potentially receive. More info on the CARES Act. It adds up to $600 to your weekly unemployment insurance benefits. That's what that UI stands for. Just FYI, you'll be seeing that kind of throughout the presentation. It provides a 13-week extension to unemployment insurance benefits, up from 26 weeks to 39 weeks. It includes folks who have exhausted their regular unemployment benefits and who are not financially eligible for regular unemployment benefits, which I will cover a little bit later in this presentation to see if you are financially eligible for regular, I'll say, traditional unemployment benefits. So, are you eligible for this new provision? If you've been laid off, furloughed, or the company you've worked for is either shut down temporarily or permanently as a result of COVID-19, then you are likely eligible for the CARES Act provision. The CARES Act extends benefits for those who are 1099 workers, self-employed folks, gig workers, Uber drivers. If you're a Postmates delivery person, there are a few other services I've seen our members use, TaskRabbit, Lyft, obviously all fall under that umbrella. Or you're simply seeking, you were seeking part-time employment. These are new benefits that have been extended via the CARES Act. How much will you receive under the CARES Act? The short answer is it's sort of complicated, but we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to try our best to figure it out. The resources are out there. It's just on us to make sure that we know as much as possible. And that we can be equipped to apply, for the best thing that fits us. So the CARES Act provides $600 a week to the folks who fit the previously covered criteria. That's folks who have been affected, their employment status has been affected by COVID-19. Once available, eligibility for CARES Act benefits may be retroactively applied to the week ending on February 2nd, 2020. So if you, again, were laid off or furloughed or your job closed, in early February, once you're approved for this provision, you're eligible to receive money dating back to that date. Okay, what about for traditional unemployment insurance? That depends on where you live. So we're going to talk specifically today about Massachusetts. So for unemployment benefits in Massachusetts, you must have earned at least 5,100 during the last 4 completed calendar quarters. You must be legally authorized to work in the U.S., obviously, unemployed through no fault of your own, able and willing to begin suitable work without delay when offered. I know some folks are on SSDI, so that's something to consider when applying. States offer a differing amount per week. In Massachusetts specifically, it's approximately 50% of your average weekly wage, with the maximum benefit usually capped at $823. Why it's $823, such a specific number, I could not tell you. The average in Mass is about 550. Again, I'm not sure what the numbers are for other states if you're listening outside of Massachusetts, but that's a question hopefully your local Back of My Feet staffer can help you with. Particularly in Massachusetts, we have great unemployment benefits, unemployment insurance benefits, and we should be taking advantage of them if we feel we're eligible. Okay, what do I do now? If you think you're eligible, you should file for unemployment. The ensures the state has your info. If you're also eligible for the CARES Act provision, and that you kind of have all your ducks in a row. Currently, the self-employed, gig workers, and 1099 workers are unable to apply, while the CARES Act portion is not available to apply for yet. That's something, as if you visit their website, you can see, they're still figuring out on their end and moving as fast as they can to open an online portal for everyone to apply. However, as I said, let's make sure we have our ducks in a row for when that is. That means that you'll need work history from the last 15 months, including employers' names, addresses, phone numbers, reasons for leaving those jobs, work start and end dates, recall date if you were laid off but have a set date to return to work. Okay, once you have applied, you have the option of providing a bank account number or opting to be sent a preloaded debit card. If you provide a bank account number, you'll provide the direct deposit information, and the number will, or excuse me, the benefit amount will be put right into your bank account. You'll confirm how long you're eligible for benefits through the CARES Act and traditional UI. Make sure you know that number so that you can kind of plan it and budget out, and that will obviously affect your job search as well. Once you submit your unemployment claim, you must check in every week to request your benefits. You can do that online. There's a portal for you to recheck in every single week. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're aware. The best practice probably is to just set a calendar invite on your phone or an alarm of some sort, so that you're sure that you have, again, your ducks in a row in that regard. If you do not, your payments will stop. This includes the weeks that you are waiting for your first payment. So keeping the closest eye on it as possible, obviously very, very important. Processing can take about 3 to 4 weeks before payment is dispersed. That can obviously be a longer timeline with the COVID-oriented delays. Things are quite in flux, as I'm sure everyone knows who's listening to this. Obviously, they're trying their best to get everything sorted, but any timeline that is provided to you or has been, standard practice in the past, probably will be elongated in some shape or form. Thanks so much for listening. If you have any questions, once again, please feel free to reach out to your Back on My Feet staffer, or reach out to me directly. I'm always happy to help. These links will be sent out with the video. If you're on Facebook, take a look above this video in the text section, and you should have access to those links. If it's via email, it should be in the body of the email. So do as much research as you can. Make sure there's a eligibility calculator. There's a benefit calculator on the Mass website. They do a great job to try to be as transparent as possible about how much you're eligible for. So take advantage of that. And if you don't have access to a computer or a laptop, please talk to your caseworker or talk to your Back on My Feet staffer, and hopefully we can set you up as quickly as possible with the necessary equipment to get this sorted. Otherwise, I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. Once again, please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks. Hope to hear from you soon.